Get it, buddy. Get it, buddy. What's shaking, everyone? We are today, my friends, we're on a mission from God. No, we're not actually. We are on a mission though. I screwed around with my mic some, so hopefully the popping that's been going on in all the other videos is better. What's up, dude? I like his license plate holder. Hopefully the popping sound is better. I don't know. Not much I can do about it if it's not. I've done about everything I can to make it go away. So today we're on a mission. My local Harley store, Man O' War Harley Davidson, sponsor me. They are doing a sort of contest. Get it, man? V-Rod. They're doing a contest. It's like a before and after. They want you to submit a picture of your bike when you first bought it, and then a picture of it now with all the mods that you've done to it and stuff. And that's like kind of where I live, right? I've modded the hell out of this bike. So I have one picture of it before anything was done to it, and it's not a very good picture, but it does show that it was white, and that I think is like the big shocker with this bike. But I don't have any after everything's been done. I have a couple good pictures of it before I did the handlebars and stuff, but nothing post everything that I've done to it. So I'm out today on a mission to get a good picture of my bike, even though it is filthy. She really needs to be washed, which is very gross at the moment, but what are you gonna do? So anyway, I've got a spot that I like to go take pictures at that's not too far away. The last time I went there, it was like trashed. It's like right at the beginning of the Corona lockdown stuff, and it was trashed. Like some kids have been out there drinking or something, and there was busted glass everywhere. This thing is, I moved where my mic is, and now the dead cat that's on it is like poking me in the nose. It's making my nose tickle. Anyway, so we're gonna go check that spot, see if it's looking any better now. Probably not, but that's my go-to. And have a couple other ideas. I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's all kind of weird. I don't know, man. Why are you asking me so many questions? This is not my turn. Poopy. Whatever. So here is my spot. Let's see if it's still covered with glass. Yeah, I do see glass. It's not as bad though. Definitely busted glass everywhere. That sucks. This is bad. The sun's on the wrong fucking side. Man. Alright, this is not the picture I wanted, but I just realized if I ever want to get that picture, I'm going to have to wake up before the sun hits noon, and that's probably not going to happen. So instead, we are going to get So, the story I'm telling today about something that blew my mind recently. Come on. There. So, when this whole coronavirus lockdown thing started, my house has a running path right next to it, or a walking path. It's kind of cool. It used to be train tracks, and there were a bunch of train tracks all over the city that were abandoned. They weren't being used, so the city went through and turned them all into walking paths. They're doing this other thing now as well, where they're going to tear apart a bunch of stuff downtown and add like more walk areas. They're trying to make it a lot more like pedestrian friendly, which is cool, because right now it is not at all. Like, it's just not friendly for pedestrians. I almost said pedos. Different kind. Anyway, so this thing that blew my mind. So when all this lockdown stuff started, I, like many other people, said, you know what, I'm going to take this time to get in better shape. The last job I had was a computer job, so I was sitting at a computer desk all day, and then I would come home and sit at a computer desk all night. And I gained a lot of weight. It's actually, when I left there, I was the biggest I have ever been in my entire life. I had topped out at 220, and I haven't lost a whole lot of weight. And I was worried about that at first, but I do know that muscle, like per square inch, weighs more than fat per square inch. So when you first start like doing something and trying to like work out, you may not see increases for a while because your body's burning fat and turning it into muscle, which I have finally hit. And I could tell too, because those first like 2 weeks, so anyway, like every other day I go for a walk, and when I started it was like a mile, and now I do the full walking path. I walk from my door to my door doing the whole walking path, and it's like 4.25 miles, something like that, which ain't too shabby. Like, I wish it was a nice round number like 5, but I ain't complaining. I may try to figure out, there's a little spot on the path where you can go kind of around. I don't know, there's ways that I could probably get 5 miles out of it. So that's probably like what's next on my walking adventures. But like, I try to keep my heart rate above 120 and stuff. So I'm actually working, I'm sweating and all that. And the first like 2 weeks, like I would come home and my legs were jelly. I couldn't walk. I was starving. I would eat lunch as soon as I got home, and as soon as there was food in my stomach, I was out. And I would wake up about an hour later and my legs would just be throbbing, and like the whole next day my legs would be sore. And I don't feel that at all anymore. Like, my legs don't hurt even remotely. So I know that like I was taking those you know, I've always had really big calf muscles. It's just like hereditary, runs in my dad has huge calves too. But obviously they were not, there was a lot less muscle going on in my legs than I thought there was. But that's all, like, I don't feel it at all anymore when I do the walks. Which is good, I'm happy about that. So on the off days, I've been thinking about starting to do weightlifting. I have like weights at home, and I've been thinking about trying to do like lifting weights on those off days between my walks. So I've been Googling, or I've been watching a bunch of YouTube videos. There is a point to all this, I swear. I've been watching a bunch of YouTube videos about like the best kind of workouts to do, like the best way is to kind of like utilize weights to you know, build muscle, and the best like workouts to do that aren't walking, like just to lose as much weight as possible as quickly as possible, like what burns the most fat kind of thing. All of that is to say that my YouTube recommended videos, there's a lot of workout videos in there now, which is totally cool. that's fine. But the other day, I ran across a video from Katee Sackoff, if you don't know who she is, I'll throw a little picture of her up here because you probably do. She was Starbuck in the remake of Blood and Sand, all of that. Anyway, she has a YouTube channel where she does all sorts of stuff, and she had like an hour-long video where it's her getting ready for season 2 of and I just lost the name of it. It's a great show. It's a Netflix show. I will find the name of it and put it down below. But it's her getting ready for season 2 of that, and it's her with her trainer and them talking about like what they're doing and why they're doing it and stuff. And he's the guy who like he's one of the superhero trainers. Like he did what's his butt, made him look like Captain America. I almost said Chris Hemsworth, and that is the wrong one. He did that dude, and did the first of the season. Like that's her trainer, and he trains for both like sports people, because she does like Ironman kind of stuff, and he helps her train for that too. But like they were specifically talking about how like training for muscle and training for strength is not the same as training for movies. That when you're training for a movie, it's more about looking like you're strong, which is like working very specific muscles to make the muscle groups look more defined and more toned than they actually are, which I thought was cool. So it's a great video, and I'll link to it too, so that you guys can go watch it if you're interested. It's fun. I love Katee Sackoff. She's great. The amount of like cheesy B sci-fi movies I've watched just because she was in them is way too high, and I'm not mad about it at all. But he said something in the middle of this, and I just had never put it together before, and it's so obvious. It was like one of those moments where you realize something, like you put something together that you feel like in that moment, shit, how did I not put this together before? So I thought I would just talk about that specific thing. So whenever I've thought about losing weight, I always, you know, the mantra that people tell you is eat less food and work out more. Eat less food, work out more. Eat less food, work out more. Which makes perfect sense, right? You lower your caloric intake, you start working out more, which raises your caloric burn, and you're going to lose weight. Your body will start burning that fat off. So that's all well and good. That makes perfect sense. I am mad about it. Woo. Earlier in the video, Katee was talking about her character in crap, I can't remember what movie it was. I'll put it in the thing. But my memory right now on stuff is not very good. I haven't ridden in a couple days, so I'm a little hyper aware right now. Anyway, I'll put it down below. She was talking about her character in that, and how that's the biggest she's ever been, and that she was having to eat like these massive meals just to keep the weight on her, just to keep the muscle on her. You've seen the videos where it's The Rock, and if he's showing you his breakfast when he's like at the peak of his body for a movie or something, and it's literally like 17 different breakfasts or whatever. And like bodybuilders and stuff who have to eat just thousands and thousands of calories a day, and eat pretty much consistently throughout the day, because if they stop eating, their body, like their fat stores are so low that their body instantly starts eating the muscle. So they have to keep eating all of these calories to keep the muscle on. Which I always knew that. Like that was very simple math to me. So, but I never thought that would be like, that's never going to be something I need to worry about. I'm never going to be that jacked. I ain't never going to be swole, right? That I need to worry about how much I'm eating or I'm going to lose muscle. Like that's not going to be a thing. But I never put this together, and something he said in that video made me go, ah, shit, I never thought about that before. But basically, your body has, like, you could find a spot a weight and a muscle size where you could eat whatever you wanted to eat. You could eat however much of it you wanted to eat, and the sheer muscle on your body would make up for the amount of calories you were putting in. And I had never put that together before. The more muscle you put on your body, the more fat your body's going to naturally burn with every workout. Like, even if you're just doing the same thing. So say, for instance, I go on a 4-mile walk and I burn however many calories, 400 or whatever it says on my little watch, which I'm sure is not right, but whatever. That's all well and good, but if I had a much lower body fat percentage and more muscle mass, that same 4-mile walk would actually burn more calories than it does for me now, because I'm fat. And I had never, and it makes perfect sense, like all the pieces, I understood all of the pieces of it, but it just, I never had anyone kind of put that together for me before, that like, it's I don't know, just kind of fascinating. And it makes me feel dumb, like why didn't I put that together? Like, it's not super difficult math. I just had never had anyone lay it out that way. Ow. Anyway, check it out if you're interested in that kind of stuff. I will link it below. And yeah, I guess I'm going to end it there. I really don't have a whole lot else going on at the moment. Just riding my days away, man. Oh, here's that intersection that always freaks me out, especially when people aren't moving. Oh God. Anyway, I will catch you guys on the flip side. You have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful couple days. Have a wonderful week. Have a wonderful month. Enjoy it as much as you can. And yes, I will see you next time. Peace. You know, you see those videos all the time, like The Rock explaining his breakfast. Go get him.